So let's just start off from our seated position. Today, well, before we actually go into our neck, let's just have our gaze downwards with our chin just right over top of our clavicle, whatever. Um, okay, and then we're just going to bend down, looking downwards towards our knees. And then I'm going to rotate my head so that my ear comes to my shoulder, still keeping my gaze downwards. And then slowly rotate towards the other side. I'll just be doing this a few times. Very good. Next time you get back to the center, we're going to interlock our fingers and just put our hands on the crowns of our forehead, not our forehead, the back of our head, and pull downwards, mostly using the weight of gravity, making sure you're not hunching over like this. Your back is straight. The bending should just come from your neck. Very good. Now I'm going to take my right hand, go towards the left side of my head, and just pull my body and pull my head. So I was trying to make sure I'm not pushing my hip out from here. So you really don't have to pull super hard to find the stretch here. And even from here, you can use your gaze to look upwards to see where exactly your muscles are feeling the most tense. Very good. Let's go towards the other side. Once again, just using your gaze to look upwards and down so that you feel just a tiny bit of a stretch right along the entire side of the neck. Good. Now this time we're gonna look up. Same thing. We're gonna move our head from side to side, trying to keep our gaze up as much as we can so that we feel the stretch just along the inner part of, the front part of our neck. Very good. Looking forward, using our thumbs just to push our neck outwards, almost at a 45-degree angle from our throat. Now pushing straight up. Very good. This time we're going to push our chin inwards, almost like we're pretending like we don't have a neck. So right from here, trying to push our chin inwards so that our neck comes back, and we create like a small stretch just along our spine. Good, relax. Nice. Now let's move on to our shoulders. So nice and easy ones. We're gonna start off from our hands and knees. Okay. Once again, just doing push-ups, trying to dip, bring our shoulder blades together. As we breathe in, as we breathe out, trying to pull those shoulder blades apart. Really trying to use the muscles just along the sides of our arms to extend and push. And sinking down once again, breathing in. And push. Breathing in. And push. Again, breathing in. And push. Last one, breathing in. And push. Very good. Let's do the next one arm at a time. So just have it so that you can put your arm is in line with your shoulder, okay? And then straight from here, you can use your hand if you feel like your hand's going to slip. But we're just gonna rotate our elbows. So right now, my elbow's pointed in towards me. Okay, the crook of my elbow is pointed in towards me. And I'm just gonna rotate my arm so that I can turn this part of my elbow out uh, towards the front, and then we're gonna go back, trying to make sure we isolate the movement in just the arm and the shoulder. You might not focus on this movement too often. It's an important one to do just for the health of your shoulder. Good. Let's go towards the left hand. Same thing, starting off by pulling your elbow all the way inwards towards you and then opening it out, pulling it in towards you. Nice, very good. So next one, we're just going to do our cat cow movement. So remember, just like we did our dips, when I bend from my back, like so, my gaze is up. I'm trying to fill my belly with as much air as possible. As I breathe out, I want to start from the lower spine, my lower back, trying to curl from here, and then slowly going from vertebrae to vertebrae, curling my back. My gaze is down, trying to exhale all the air. And then same thing, starting from my lower back, lifting my gaze, breathing in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. Last one, breathing in and breathe out. Very good. Let's just shake out our hands. Uh, for the next one, my hands are going to be, we're going to start from sort of the same position, but my hands are going to be a bit farther than my shoulders here. Yeah. And then when I sit back, I want to sit back onto my heels as much as I can so I feel a pull right from our shoulders. So this involves really relaxing the muscles in your arms and your shoulders quite a bit. So once again, just use your breath while you breathe out. You're trying to relax all the muscles in your back and in your shoulders. Staying here for a couple deep breaths. Moving forward. And coming back. Always readjusting your hands if you need to. Now for this one, you're going to try and connect your shoulder blades over top of your head. Okay, very good. Moving forward once again. Uh, so for the next one, we're going to be mostly flat on the ground. Like so. My hands are going to be extended up wide, trying to keep them in line with my shoulders. Okay, for this first little one, I'm just going to use my head and my back to lift, trying to get my gaze up towards the ceiling, and then relax. Once again, gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky and relax. Bring the top of your head back down once more. And relax. Okay, good. For this next one, my hands are going to be a little bit closer. So my wrists are still going to be in line my my shoulders. Okay, but my elbows are going to be out so that I can rest properly on my stomach. So when we breathe in, we're going to lift our gaze up again, and I'm going to bring my shoulders in line with my elbows. Sorry, yeah, looking up towards the ceiling, and then relaxing, opening my elbows again so that I come all the way down towards the ground. Lifting my gaze up. And back down. The position looks kind of like the front part of the Sphinx. So just think of that. Lifting your gaze up. And relax. Okay, so for this next one, it's almost going to be the exact same thing, but we're going to lift our elbows off the ground, pushing off our hands. So when we go up, elbows come underneath again, looking up towards the ceiling, and then I push off my hands to lift my elbows, and then I relax back down. Try and do this nice and slowly, maintaining your control the entire time. Okay, breathing in, back up. And back down. Breathing in. And back down. Okay, good. This time my hands are going to be right next to my shoulders so that I can start lifting up from here and extending. If you need to readjust so that your hands are really in line with your shoulders, and then coming back down nice and slowly. Remember, when you lift up, using your gaze as well, and relax. Once more, lifting up. And relax. Nice, very good. Next one, so we'll do on our back. So my left leg is going to be extended, my right leg is going to be over the top. Stack my hips, my right shoulder should still be connected to the ground. And then I'm just using the weight of my hand to try and bring my knee towards the ground. Should just be a small push, small amount of tension in your back here. We're not trying to pull so our knee comes all the way towards the ground. Just trying to feel a little bit of tension. Remember, the more you stack your hips, the more that tension's going to increase. So that's why you don't need to pull your knee all the way towards the ground. Very good. Let's go to the other side. So for this side, I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you don't stack your hips. So I'm here, and I'm pulling off to the side. And here it is once I do stack my hips. You can sort of see the difference in height in my knee here. And I can focus more along the back rather than the hips and the spine. Sorry, the hips and the glute when you're stacking your hips. Nice, very good. Right. Straight from here, feet on the ground, and then we're just going to rotate our knees from side to side. Nice and slowly. You can have your hands extended for better balance. It's not really necessary. You might need to do it for the next one. Remember, find the range that's more comfortable for you so you're not pushing off the ground with your shoulders. Everything, all the work is being done by your back and your hips. Obliques. Good. Now we're lifting our legs. You might want that 90-degree angle. That's going to increase the force in which you're going to need to turn back. If you don't want a lot, you can bend them as much as you can. Or if you want even more, you can extend your legs. Okay. For me, I just like right here. So the range doesn't have to be as much either. It can be as small as this. It can be as big as you want. As long as you're not trying to push with your shoulders off the ground or like with your hands off the ground. This one, the slower you go, the much harder it'll be. Nice, very good. Let's see how much time we got. Oh, quite a bit more. Okay, very good. So the next one, let's do seated once again. So for this one leg's going to be extended here. Okay, my other leg, I do not want in line with the extended leg. Okay, I want to make sure I keep a nice straight line here. So I bring this foot out so that it's more in line with my thigh here. Okay, I'm gonna try and sit forward as much as I can so that I can, if you need to, you can use your opposite hand to push yourself forward. Okay, you're gonna reach behind your elbow like so, trying to grab behind your hand, behind your back, and turn inwards. So from the back view, okay, my elbow goes straight. I turn my hand so that my thumb is pointed downwards. I reach around my leg, and then my opposite one tries to reach here, trying to keep my gaze up, my shoulders back as much as I can. Don't worry about not being able to grab behind, uh, grab behind your back. I can't do it. It's mostly just so you get that extension there. So once again, pushing yourself forward, thumb down, reaching all the way over, as far back as we can. My other arm reaches back. So I'm now pushing my right shoulder forward. I'm trying to keep them in line with each other as much as I can. Good, relax. Go on to the other side. Pushing yourself forward into your leg, reaching around your knee. So right if it just rests right along the side of your hip, that's fine. Other hand can go just right here. Relax. So I'm gonna put the back of my hand on my hip so that my elbow is pointed out. My left hand's gonna grab, and I just pull my elbow towards me. Remember, you don't have to pull super far, just wherever you feel the tension in your shoulder. Good, relax. Going towards the opposite side. Okay. Uh, Next one, we're gonna have our fingers interlocked with our palms facing outward, like so, trying to keep my back as straight as I can. Okay. And then just from here, we're going to start from a lower position and move our hands up just underneath our shoulders here. Trying to make sure we keep the tension in our fingers the same and we're not pushing too far out. Very good. Now we're gonna go from our shoulders, jump just over top of our head, not all the way so that our shoulders are right next to our ears, but more my fingers are over top of my head level. Nice. Just relax your fingers for a second. So this time we're gonna do the full range from our shoulders all the way, trying to go over top of our head as much as we can. Okay. Check out your wrists. Okay, once again, interlocking, starting from the low position and going all the way up. Trying not to bend your spine forward. Bringing it back and then slowly back down. We'll just do this 5 times, once more. Three more. Two more. Good, and last one. Nice. Good. So same idea, but this time we're going from behind our back, trying to make sure our shoulders are back. They're gonna naturally be back as soon as you start interlocking. Sorry, as soon as you start locking out your elbows from here. So here, locking out your elbows and then trying to lift as high as you can. This is normally better done with a partner, especially if you have quite a lot of sore muscles. You might not be able to lift more than you naturally do, but that's all right. Just from here, just try and extend upwards as much as you can, not bending forward yet, just upwards. Do about 10 to 15 pulses from here. Once you're done that, just relax. Ease the tension in your shoulders and your arms. Okay. So this one's the same idea, but this time when we bend forward, we're gonna lift back. Okay. So interlocking, shoulders back, elbows locked, bending forward, and slowly come back up. Okay, let's do that 5 more times. Sorry, 4 more times. Ready? Breathing in, going downwards, releasing. Coming back up. Okay, good. Breathing in once again. Releasing downwards. Back up. Great job. 2 more times. So you can see at the when I get towards the bottom, I'm still doing those pumps just a little bit more, just to get that range. Okay, 2 more. Breathing in, downwards, breathing out. Coming back up, breathing in. Okay, last one. Breathing in. Breathe out downwards. And coming back up. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's just do one more here on the back. So for this one, we'll just focus on having our arm over top of our head, trying to reach our opposite shoulder if we can, then pulling down from our elbow. If that is too easy, you can always use your opposite hand to try and reach. Okay, but I'm feeling too sore for that today, so I'm just gonna pull from my elbow. Remember, nice deep breaths in. Using your belly as much as you can. Good. Relaxing that side, shaking out your arms. Last one, doing our left hand, so over top to touch our shoulders as much as we can, and pulling the elbow downwards. Nice deep breaths. Nice, very good. All right, that's all I have for today.